Hey Clear Lake peeps, Ross Ingham with Clear Lake Guide Service with your fishing report for February 20th. I actually got it right. No, I'm not a time traveler, but I do get confused from time to time. Just pulled out of the water. It's been a good week. Been on the water today's my third day, so it's been a good week. I got 2 more days to go. Bite's been pretty good overall. Talking to people, not so good or real good. So let's talk about the conditions first. Water level's about 4.7, so it's been pretty consistent. Not a whole lot of change. A little bit of water coming in a couple of the creeks, but not much. Water temperature, I found 52 to 54 degrees today. Yesterday, the highest I saw was 52 and a half. So, you know, the water temperature is still good. It's definitely in the right direction. I think water clarity, I saw everything from 1.5 feet of visibility to about 4 feet of visibility, depending on where I've been the last 3 days. So those are your conditions. Activities for this week. There's a 2-day tournament that's being put on by somebody. I don't know who. It's a team event, Saturday, Sunday out of Konocti Vista. Don't expect it to be a very big one. I'm probably 30 boats, maybe. It just depends. And then Saturday, there's also the First Crappie Association tournament. So it's going to be a little bit busy. There's actually been quite a few boats out this week. Of course, with the awesome weather, you would kind of expect that. So let's talk about the bite a little bit. Today was an anomaly because an east wind came up midday that a lot of people have been fishing in Lakeport, Nice, Lucerne, and that east wind kind of hosed a lot of that up this afternoon. It wasn't bad down in the midsection of the lake late in the day today, but when it's blowing from the east, it just makes a mess of the north end. It wasn't like it wasn't fishable. It just wasn't fun. So the people that I talked to today, I talked to one pontoon boat with 4 guys in it that hadn't done very well at all, and my impression was maybe they didn't catch fish. Talked to another guy in a boat, they had 1. Talked to another boat, they had 1. Just ran into him at the launch ramp here, and they caught a second one, so they had 2. So for the average person up here, I'd say the bite was pretty tough today. During the week, and this goes back to last weekend, I had my wife out for 2 afternoons, and one day she caught a limit of fish, and the next day she caught 7. Just goofing off, not working very hard, and not fishing very long. When I went back out on my own Monday, I think I caught 14. I think Tuesday we had 15. Today was a tougher day. Today we only ended up with 6. Our best fish was our last fish, which was a good solid 4.5 pounder. And we caught fish anywhere from 4 feet to 19. So I'd say the bite's all over the board. It'll be interesting to see what happens with the people who fish here this weekend as far as this tournament is concerned, because I think it's going to be an up and down event. I think, we fished a lot of tules this afternoon just trying to stay out of the wind, and we never got bit on them. That doesn't mean that it can't happen, but we sure didn't get it to happen. So I got 2 more days out here. I think, a normal day out here is probably 13 to 14 fish if the conditions are consistent. So let's see, what else? Oh, we caught fish on plastics, rip baits, chatterbaits. What else? Underspins. So that kind of It doesn't say a whole lot, but it does say that there are some reaction bait fish, as well as some fish that, you know, have to be caught going a little bit slower. So I'm really looking forward to, even though it looks like we're not going to have any rain for the next 8 to 10 days, looking forward to these conditions staying like they are with warm afternoons, even though there's some cold mornings. I think this water temperature is going to creep up in the high 50s. I think it's going to make that jerkbait bite a lot better than what it is. I know that there's a few people catching some A-rig fish still, but honestly, most people I talk to who are throwing them are saying they're getting bit, but the fish aren't hooking up on them. So I think they've just seen them too many times, or seen too much of them for the last 2 months. So I think it's going to be a really good spring. Finally found some bait today, which was interesting, and that's surprisingly where we caught our best fish, our last fish of the day. So I think that'll be it for today. I think I'm kind of rambling a little bit, so you all have a good time. Behave yourselves. Clear Lake Guide Service on Facebook and on the web. Still some good days available in March. Still some days in May, but April's pretty much booked. So we'll talk to you next week. Have a good weekend.